So we have just hit August. We are inching ever closer to the raid on Area 51. The story keeps growing and growing, and now it's morphing. New groups are forming and are trying to organize new raids. One raid that is gaining in popularity, but as of yet has not reached the same levels of the Area 51 campaign, is the raid on Loch Ness. People want to invade the Scottish Loch and, once and for all, prove the existence of the world's most popular cryptid. And maybe by coincidence, the monster has recently decided to put in an appearance, being captured on sonar. So let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss a video again. Just 24 hours after the plan to invade the Nevada Secret Air Force Base, Area 51, was going viral, another campaign was gaining support. First published on Facebook, Storm Loch Ness, Nessie Can't Hide From Us All, was being published and shared across pages which covered cryptozoology and the paranormal. Over 40,000 people have posted that they would be highly interested in taking part in the event, which would happen the day after the planned Area 51 raid. Half of this number are seriously committed to participating in the plan, and it would seem like some real planning is now going into the event. The description of the event reads, "The time is now for us to find that big boy." Most know the history of the Loch and its famous monster. For over 1,500 years, reports of mysterious creature have come from witnesses on the shores of the Scottish Loch. Scottish history has reports dating back to 500 AD. History.com has a good record of the creature's history. One story tells of when locals created a statue of a strange aquatic creature out of standing stones near Loch Ness. The Loch Ness Monster has been popular with those with an interest in cryptozoology and regular folk alike. People jump on a good Nessie story, and this means that the Nessie raid may have more supporters, or at least more people will be aware of it because of Nessie being more well known to the public when compared with the secret base at Area 51 and its aliens. Also, we have to take into account that the Loch is open to the public, unlike the restricted Area 51. Gemma MacDonald of the Royal National Lifeboat Institution told CNN, "There's really no need to storm Loch Ness, given that it's open to the public 24/7, 365 days a year, and there may be some hidden dangers. Area 51 has its camo guys, armed security who it is said will shoot intruders who venture onto the base's secret and protected land. Loch Ness has the weather and the loch itself. A mission to find Nessie could be somewhat dangerous for unprepared parties. Loch Ness is about 23 miles long and 788 feet deep, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica. The lake has an average temperature of 42 degrees, and conditions can worsen quickly, which would make rescuing anyone who got into difficulties on it or in its cold waters could be difficult. So with all this online buzz, it would seem to be fortuitous that Nessie has now chosen to reappear. The images that once again ignited the debate on the existence of the lake cryptid were captured by boat skipper Mike Bell. He managed to snap a picture of a mysterious sonar return that he caught whilst out on the loch on June 27th. Mike uses his vessel to carry tourists around the famous Scottish landmark and has made countless trips. The voyage on this day was different. It all started when one of the tourists drew Bell's attention to the object just after he had finished telling them the story of Loch Ness and Urquhart Castle. The ship captain said that he then circled back to the location as to take another reading, but the object had disappeared. He concluded that this movement proved that it was not a stationary inanimate object. We can see the images of a large sonar reflection at a depth of about 115 feet. Wait, what? 115 feet? Like element 115 in the Bob Lazar Area 51 story? Maybe there is a link between these two raids. Mike gave an estimate that the length of the object he captured was about 10 to 25 feet. Mike spoke in an interview saying, "I would like to think this is our creature, Nessie. It's my first year being the skipper in the boat, and in 5 months, I've never seen it or had something that big on the sonar. My dad is the more experienced skipper who has been doing this for a few years, and he said he's never seen it that big before on the sonar. It's my first sighting of Nessie, and I think my dad is a wee bit jealous as he has never seen it. The standard size on the sonar is usually a sharp prick suggesting a small fish. The large line, about 35 meters in the water, was about 10 to 25 feet, he continued. An object of that size, I would think, is way too big for a normal species in the loch. It must have been about 5 or 6 minutes we spent trying to pick up the creature again, but not everyone is convinced that the object represents a single organism. The fragmented nature of the sonar return would appear to indicate many smaller objects rather than one big one. Investigator Tobias Whalen said, "I can't help but wonder if what he really caught was just a school of fish swimming in tight formation." Bell's sighting came less than 3 weeks after a video was released of an object protruding from the water at Urquhart Bay. This makes the 8th such report of Nessie so far in 2019. The event is one of many that have followed the buzz about the Area 51 raid and the planned run on the loch. These 2 events may be the first that were planned, but now many more are popping up. Another event was created by Facebook user Henry L. Hertz, a children's book author according to his profile. For September 22nd, he has an event titled Storm Sasquatch. Bigfoot can't evade us all. Will you be attending any of these events? What do you think will happen in September? Will these raids uncover the secrets behind Nessie, Area 51, aliens, and the other mysteries of the world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.